alien who's ever lived.
I think so.
That's what's making news in America this morning.
Check us out at atmfans.com and have a great Monday and a great Labor Day.
It's unprecedented. ABC News honored. Winner for the third straight year with the Edward R. Murrow Award for overall excellence in television and radio. Every show, every screen, every platform honored. Thank you for making ABC News America's #1 news choice.
Happy Labor Day. A big thank you for all your hard work from ABC7.
This is New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News with Lori Stokes and Ken Rosato. Heather O'Rourke with traffic. And Bill Evans with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Now, Eyewitness News this morning.
Right now at 4:30, a new video of flooding in Suffolk County where a tropical storm warning remains in effect this morning. We're breaking down where Hermine is right now and what to expect for your Labor Day.
We're just learning that several people have been shot near the Juvé celebrations in Brooklyn, where thousands of NYPD officers are on patrol right now.
Plus, students evacuated. Flames erupt inside a dorm room at a Westchester County college. Good morning. I'm Lori Stokes.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Ken Rosato. It is Monday, September 5th, Labor Day, and you're never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic. Meteorologist Bill Evans here with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Bill?
Well, we've got a nice start to the day. If you're away from the beach areas, there's going to be that flooding today at the coastal sections, and there's going to be some wind today. And we're starting out with temperatures that are going to be, rather comfortable in and around the 5 boroughs. We're going to be looking at, low 70s, upper 60s in a lot of spots. Some cool numbers like 66 around the 5 boroughs. Partly cloudy with a northeast wind. Hanover 52, kind of a cool spot. Hopatcong is 55, and you got mid-60s out across Long Island. Still got these northerly winds to a northeast wind at the coast. Hermine is out in the Atlantic. You see, Montauk, there's a 22-mile-an-hour wind, and we're going to be looking at the time of high tide today from midday, early afternoon to around midnight tonight and overnight tonight, where we could have some of these flooding problems. Tropical storm warning is still in effect. Long Island Sound, Suffolk County out in the Atlantic today. And then we got these flood problems today at the high tide around the Jersey Shore and around Nassau, Suffolk County. We'll talk more about that storm and how it impacts Labor Day and your AccuWeather forecast. Weather and traffic together every 7 minutes. How's it going out there, Heather?
Well, we have this accident on the Sawmill, and believe it or not, we do have a bunch of accidents. Some of them have been cleared away, but this one is still with us northbound, right near McLean Avenue. An ongoing accident investigation. 2 lanes are closed down. You can see that delay as you come up into the accident scene. And then we're also finding a crash in Edison on 27 northbound, right near Plainfield Avenue. All lanes are closed there, and this involves a downed pole. N&Q trains, fire department activity at J Street, Metro Tech, service changes and delays as a result. And we have alternate side of the street parking rules suspended. Lori, over to you.
All right, Heather, thank you. With Hermine moving farther away, the tri-state has escaped most of the threat of the storm. But in Suffolk County, a tropical storm warning is still in effect. Eyewitness News reporter Diana Rocco is in the Bay Shore area with the very latest on the conditions there. Diana.
And Lori, this will likely be a very busy ferry terminal later this morning, as there is still a voluntary evacuation order in effect for Fire Island. And Office of Emergency Management officials are set to reevaluate that later this morning. But we do have some video of some minor flooding that we have seen at high tide just a few hours ago. Some areas did see some of that storm surge we've been talking about. This is from Beachmont Ave in Lindenhurst and Brightwood Street in Patchogue. Water covered some of the lower lying roads, and this is exactly what emergency management officials have been preparing for the last couple of days, clearing storm drains and keeping those sandbags close. There is still a significant threat of storm surge with moderate to major coastal flooding around high tide, with dangerously rough surf today and a very strong rip current risk. That's why state parks on Long Island had their beaches closed to swimmers yesterday. Suffolk County beaches were also closed to swimming yesterday. The Suffolk County Office of Emergency Management will reevaluate the state of emergency in effect for Fire Island and also that voluntary evacuation order as we progress throughout the morning. That is the very latest from Bay Shore and Suffolk County this morning. I'm Diana Rocco, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Diana, thank you. At 4:34, New York City still preparing to feel some of the effects of Tropical Storm Hermine, even after avoiding a worst-case scenario. City beaches are closed today because of strong rip currents and high surf. The city's also warning drivers to take extra precaution on bridges because of strong winds. And the MTA is already or is ready, I should say, for flooding in some parts of the city. Workers place sandbags at subway stations in lower Manhattan, and the MTA has also scheduled extra manpower to inspect pumps and drains.
It was a red flag Sunday in Spring Lake, New Jersey, but once lifeguards went home, kayakers and surfers hit the waves. First responders had spent much of Labor Day of the weekend preparing for the worst, but it's all been blue skies. So instead of helping flooding victims, they opened their grills and fed hungry workers.
We prep as if basically we're in for a bad event. Luckily, that wasn't the case so far.
Well, surfers are hoping for better waves later this week. Meanwhile, lifeguards expect the ban on swimming to continue today, but that will be decided later this morning.
4:35 on the water. Hermine is creating a rough ride for some cruise ship passengers. The Anthem of the Seas, which leaves from New Jersey, had plotted a course around the storm, but when the storm shifted, the ship ran into choppy waters and gusty winds.
All was good until about early morning. That's when the ship started swaying a bit here. Been watching it a little bit so far today. I think it got up to something like 90-knot winds.
Wow. Well, there have been no reports of damage or injuries. The ship is expected to reach Bermuda sometime this morning. And developing right now, we're just learning that several people have been shot at the annual Juvé festival in Brooklyn. Thousands of officers are on patrol trying to keep everybody safe during today's celebrations. Eyewitness News reporter Dre Clark is live in Crown Heights with new details. Dre.
Yeah, good morning, Ken. The marquee message at this year's Juvé Festival is don't shoot anyone, don't stab anyone. Yet within the last 15 minutes, we've learned of a shooting in the area of Empire and Flatbush Avenue. 3 people shot, a man and 2 women. And we understand one of the shooting victims is in her 70s and may very well be in critical condition. But there are so many police officers here that it's hard to believe that someone would be dumb enough to pull out a gun in the midst of all these police officers. There are thousands of police officers on patrol at this year's festival, making it a lot more secure than prior years. The NYPD is implementing new security measures and tactics to get a better handle on the crowd and the violence. Now, there are 200 light towers along the street, along with 42 security cameras strategically placed to keep watch over some 250,000 festival goers who are all here this morning. That's all in addition to the thousands of police officers that are here. Now, this change in security comes after 43-year-old Carrie Juvé was killed at last year's festival. Juvé was a lawyer who worked for Governor Cuomo. He was an innocent bystander attending last year's Juvé Festival when he was caught in the crossfire of bullets and he was shot and later died. Festival watchers say this year the added security is a good thing.
I think it's better because we feel more secure and more safe and everything with the way that with the police around and with the way how they have the rails and thing now. I think it's been nicer.
And here is another look at the NYPD again. It's quite a show of force out here this morning. But again, we just heard that shooting just a few blocks from where we are this morning. Just to give you some background, the Juvé Festival has been happening here in New York City since the 80s. It is a celebration of Caribbean culture, history, and heritage. And by and large, the festival is not bad. But there are a few pockets here and there of violence. And already at this early morning hour, we're getting word of at least 3 people shot. We're live this morning in Brooklyn. Dre Clark, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Dre, thank you. It's 4:38, and today the MTA is operating on a Sunday schedule as we celebrate the unofficial end of summer. 2 trains are bypassing the Church Street station because of the Juvé Festival this morning, and buses are being rerouted around the parade. The MTA bridges and tunnels are suspending construction work until after the holiday weekend is over.
Time's 4:38. You're never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic. Here's meteorologist Bill Evans and the AccuWeather forecast.
Well, we're looking at temperatures this morning that are starting out in some comfortable areas like 66 you see here. So look from our camera here at 4 Times Square looking south. And we're going to have a lot of sunshine and clouds today. We're starting out around 67 around the park, and we're going to be looking at a really nice day where we have temperatures right around 66 by 7 o'clock. You see at noontime here, we're looking at about 75 and about 81 degrees as we get to the afternoon. But look at the northerly wind at 10, 15 miles miles an hour for the day today. And we'll be watching out what's going to be Tropical Storm Hermine out here in the Atlantic, really an extra tropical system, but it'll throw wind and waves into the eastern end. So we're going to be looking at that northerly wind. And not a great beach day going in the water. The beaches will be closed, but you can go to the beach. There'll be sun and clouds today, maybe a shower on the eastern Long Island. We'll talk about that next. Weather and traffic together every 7 minutes. It's weather, then Heather, and I see an empty road. That's not good.
Well, this is the Henry Hudson Parkway. As you go onto the northbound side, right on the Henry Hudson Bridge, you can see there is not a lot of traffic there, but let's head right over to our maps, and I will tell you what's going on the Sawmill River Parkway, which is north of here, obviously, right near McLean Avenue. We do have this ongoing accident investigation, so we do have 2 lanes closed as you head into that spot. And we're also checking out what's happening in Edison, Route 27 North, right at Plainfield Avenue. That accident, all lanes are closed down. There's a downed pole, some downed wires as they clear away that crash. And in Q-Trains, fire department activity at J Street, Metro Tech, service changes and delays as a result. 1, 2, and 3 trains uptown, local only on your 3 trains, Times Square to 72nd Street. Uptown 1 and 2 trains, you can expect delays. And then going on to the Taconic south at Mountain Road, that's another accident. We have alternate side of the street parking rules and the meters suspended for today. Lori and Ken, over to you.
All right, Heather, thank you. It's 4:40, still ahead on Eyewitness News this morning. A gift to fans. The family of a New Jersey singer gunned down during an autograph signing releases new music videos.
We also have an update on the Atlantic City officer who was shot and critically injured in the line of duty over the weekend.
Plus a bizarre break-in in Martha's Vineyard. How purple paint helped police nab the suspect.
Today at 5, a new kind of identity thief is targeting your medical records.
When I found out, I was terrified.
How they leave you with huge bills, destroy your credit, and can even get you arrested. Eyewitness News with what you can do right now to protect yourself. Today at 5.
Spend Live's Labor Day with DJ Khaled.
Kelly.
Plus Mara Tierney. And from Mr. Robot, Christian Slater.
Watch Live this morning at 9 on ABC-7.
New York City. Electric. Alive. With a pulse that's unmistakable. You can feel it on every train, at every turnstile, underground, over water, in the classrooms, offices, and bridges. And behind every beat of New York's massive heart, a municipal worker is busy doing something essential. They serve, they protect. They are the heart of New York City. And this is where they bank.
Escape to a place where love is in the air and R&R means romance and relaxation. To our couples-only resorts in the scenic Pocono Mountains. When you're here, you can play all day and enjoy plenty of activities for 2 before indulging in the Land of Love's nightlife, where every night is date night and romantic fantasies are a reality. Be playful. Be passionate. Be uninhibited. Book your romantic getaway to Cove Haven Entertainment Resort.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Raymore and Flanagan. For the closest location, visit RaymoreFlanagan.com.
Welcome back. It's 4:42, and we're seeing new video this morning of flames tearing through a dorm room at SUNY Purchase. The fire broke out about 10 o'clock last night inside an apartment-style dorm on the campus in Westchester County. The building was evacuated, but fortunately nobody got hurt. The flames spread to the room above, but firefighters were able to put that fire out within an hour. Not clear, though, what started the fire.
4:43, new video this morning of a dramatic rescue off Staten Island. NYPD Special Operations Team rescued 2 men and a woman from rocks off Hoffman Island. Their boat ended up against the rocks after it had engine trouble. Well, the woman was found unconscious. NYPD's aviation unit used a rescue basket to hoist her into the helicopter and take her to the hospital. This morning, she's in stable condition. The 2 men refused medical attention.
4:43, the family of Christina Grimmie, that's the singer who was killed during an autograph signing in Florida, has released her final music video.
Right from the start, he lured me in, took me to places I've never been. I think I'm...
The 22-year-old Medford, New Jersey native recorded 4 music videos for her album, Side A. Her family describes the videos as a 4-part mini-series titled The Ballad of Jessica Blue. Grimmie attended Cherokee High School before moving to California and finding fame first as a YouTube sensation, then as a contestant on The Voice in 2014.
Well, a Massachusetts teenager is facing charges after a break-in on Martha's Vineyard that had the homeowner seeing purple. Police say Felix Reagan didn't just break into a home, he actually painted the owner's dog purple. So how did officers figure out it was him? That's because they caught him and he had purple paint on his pants. It does not appear that the dog was hurt, but Reagan is now charged with animal cruelty.
Kind of strange.
Very.
Right, it's
What a jerk.
4:44. What'd you say?
I just said, what a jerk.
Yeah, really.
You do that to the dog. I mean, come on.
Well, Bill, how's the forecast looking?
That's just terrible. That's awful. Well, today we have the weather is not so awful. You go right to the coastal sections, and you'll notice that something's going on with the rough surf, rip currents. The waves are going to be running 2-3 feet above high tide today, so you're going to have that minor coastal flooding and some spots of moderate coastal flooding today. I'll explain everything you need to know on this Labor Day. Right now, it's a comfortable morning. We got 66 degrees of dry humidity and east wind you see here in the park at 8 miles an hour. And the pressure's at 30-24, so we got reasonably strong high pressure over the area. Yesterday's high was 80, normal high 79. So we got some pretty normal weather going on. We'll have a beautiful sunrise at 6:27 and a beautiful sunset at 7:21. All right, Hermine affects the beaches through tomorrow. We're going to have coastal flooding, gusty wind, high surf. That's going to be right at the coastal sections. You go inland, you hardly notice anything going on. Hot and muggy weather later this week as summertime goes out kicking and screaming. We're looking at some 90-degree weather later this week. 66 right now you see in Tribeca, Belmont 66, Bayside, Queens 68. North and west, we're in the low 50s, 54 Monticello. Here are the wind profiles, and this is what's important to note, is you see that the winds are 8-10 miles an hour right now, 12 miles an hour around Montauk. They're going to pick up today with the storm that is way to our south. So that's why we still have this tropical storm warning. Suffolk County, Long Island Sound, you see New Haven here eastward, and then out in the Atlantic. Flood advisories are posted for Nassau and Suffolk County. Flood warning till 5 a.m. here with that wind coming in to the Jersey Shore. So this is going to kind of be the scenario through the day today, and then we're going to have a little more of that tomorrow. So you see clouds are coming in off the storm, Hermine out here in the Atlantic. You see the rain is way off the coast here. Some of that will filter in to eastern Long Island today. The storm itself is way out here in the Atlantic, some 350 miles southeast, but it will drift northward today a little bit toward the Cape, so that will throw some of this rain to Suffolk County. So you see here the low, the extra tropical low here just kind of meanders here for a time. It kind of moves northward for a time during the day today. So you see by the time we get to tomorrow morning, it's still out here and will affect the coastal sections. And it could throw a shower or two over Suffolk County today. But mostly that's going to kind of drift northward today and then head out as we go into later tomorrow. So the wind profiles are showing up. The blue areas here are 10 to 20 miles an hour showing up on the guidance. But you see Suffolk County here. These are 30, 40 mile per hour winds today, and we'll have some more of that tomorrow. So here's your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. A great day today over much of the area. Just the coastal sections have this rough surf and swells and rip currents, that sort of thing. And we're looking at inland areas around 80, 82 degrees. And we're looking at sunshine and nice weather tomorrow. Look at Thursday, 90. Oh, summer, I love thy sting. It's still around 91. Even on Friday, we'll be near a record high on Friday.
Nice.
Excellent.
How was your weekend?
Fabulous.
You?
It was terrific, but not like Lori's.
I was
Lori
just like an eating, you know. It was just one of those weekends.
Wait till Facebook Live. Lori will run it down for you.
Let's check in.
What, got a menu?
Oh, heck. She hit every
There wasn't a restaurant I didn't hit.
in the tri-state. Unbelievable.
Let's check in.
Wow, nice. Okay, here we go. This is an accident right here in Queens. You can see it right over here. It's on the ramp. What ramp is it? Let's go over to our maps, and I will tell you. It is the BQE as you go to the LIE. So that's the ramp that's blocked off. So that's going on to the northbound side of the BQE. We also have great news as far as our mass transit is. Everything's running on our closest schedule. Just keep in mind holiday schedule for most of the trains and buses. And then we have the Sawmill north of McLean Avenue, an accident investigation. 2 lanes are closed down as a result. And then 27 and Edison north at Plainfield Avenue, that's an accident. All lanes remain closed down. There's a downed pole, there's downed wires. And in Q trains, fire department activity at J Street, Metrotech. Service changes and delays as a result. Our trains mechanical problems at 36th Street. Delays in both directions as a result of that. Taconic south, right near Mountain Road. That is another accident that is being cleared away. And then as we take a look at the Grand Central Parkway east of LaGuardia, earlier we did have an accident investigation that has been completed and our street cleaning rules are suspended. So are the metered rules. Lori, over to you.
All right, Heather, thank you. A police officer remains in critical condition this morning after he was shot outside Atlantic City Casino garage. But officials say he is improving. Atlantic City Mayor Don Guardian says that the officer is doing, quote, remarkably well. On Saturday, officers noticed a robbery taking place near the Caesars Casino parking garage. Investigators say that someone involved in the robbery shot one of the officers. One officer returned fire, killing Jerome Damon of Camden. Police still looking for several other suspects.
Time is 4:49 this morning. A manhunt is underway for an accused murderer who police say is armed and dangerous after escaping police custody in Las Vegas. 31-year-old Alonso Perez was arrested Friday morning. Pictures show him handcuffed to a table in an interrogation room. It was when the detective left that he made his move, twisting out of the cuffs and running out of the building. Family members of the man he's accused of killing are frustrated with police over the escape.
You let this man escape. How is anybody supposed to feel safe right now? Anybody in Las Vegas, Nevada?
Well, police say the Perez shot and killed a man who did not hold the door open at a Las Vegas McDonald's.
A performance stunt in Texas took a tragic turn, leaving 2 people dead in a plane crash. Police say pilot Patrick Fulterman was attempting a backward loop when the engine stalled at the peak of the loop maneuver, causing the aircraft to roll over and crash. Passenger Zach Esters was also aboard and died in the crash. Deputies found the plane 8 to 10 feet deep in the Trinity River.
The U.S. and Russia tried again this morning to reach a deal on a ceasefire in Syria, but it was a no-go. Secretary of State John Kerry and his Russian counterpart conducted a second day of talks on the sidelines of the economic summit in China. Kerry hoped to stop the fighting and ground the Syrian Air Force so humanitarian aid could reach the civilians there, but American diplomats say Russia balked at several key points. Negotiations will continue.
4:51 coming up on Eyewitness News this morning. A librarian leaves his fortune to the school he went to and worked at for most of his life. But you won't believe how much money he was able to tuck away and donate.
Also ahead, the Jersey Shore preparing for a beautiful Labor Day after Hermine changes course. Coming up at 5, we're live with details on how the storm impacted the last unofficial weekend of summer.
For the summer wanderers that know the journey is just as important as the destination, whether near or far, for a stylish ride inside and out. So head into your local Jeep dealer and take advantage of summer savings while summer's still here.
Now get an extra $500 bonus cash on select models. Now with $500 bonus cash, get $3,000 total cash allowance on the 2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Between paying the rent,
work, the kids, our big family reunion,
and finding more room for us,
it's time we get a place of our own.
But how? When?
That's where Columbia Bank fits in.
Columbia Bank makes getting the home of your dreams a possibility. With online applications and fast approvals, you can get great rates and terms for a mortgage that fits your needs.
Balancing our financial lives with a place of our own?
We see Columbia Bank.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy brand features affordable, high-quality products with many of the same ingredients found in the name brand products.
It's the same exact ingredient.
There's even a satisfaction guarantee if you're not happy with your purchase. Get to know your neighbor at mygnp.com. All month long, select Good Neighbor Pharmacy brand products are buy one, get the second for 1 cent. Visit mygnp.com/1 cent sale to find a participating Good Neighbor Pharmacy near you.
Today, a terrorist organization claimed credit for the bombing of a Middle East.
If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. If you ride New Jersey Transit trains or buses, or live or work near a station, you know when something doesn't feel right.
This is Chief Trusillo of the New Jersey Transit Police. If you see something suspicious, say something by calling us at 1-888-TIPS-NJT or texting NJTPD.
Eyewitness News needs your help to protect our children. Have you seen Tyshawn? ABC-7 and Bob's Discount Furniture thank you for helping protect our children.
It's 4:54. Welcome back. Caught on camera, a child rescued from a chairlift in New Zealand. An 11-year-old skier seen dangling in the air here. His father and uncle keep him from falling. Wow. A safety pad was quickly set up below. The boy is dropped to safety unharmed. The adults with him failed to pull down the safety bar. Oof.
4:54. You are never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic and 11.
And yes, if you're wondering, it is their winter right now in New Zealand, down under. Yeah, here we go. We're looking down the Jersey Shore here. They're cleaning up the beaches. I just saw a few of the beach cleaners out there. But you're still going to have this rough surf here today and big swells and all that kind of stuff. So not a day you're going into the water. It'll be closed to going into the water, but it'll be a pretty day at the beach today in many areas. You'll just have this rough surf and big swells out there. Temperatures are in the low 60s here to around 65, 66 degrees. We're looking at 65 around Newark. We're going to be looking at sunshine today and 82 by 4 o'clock. Still got a northerly wind. Weather dropping together every 7 minutes. What's going on out there, Heather?
Well, we had an accident right here. That's where the accident was. In fact, you can still see a flare left over on the side of the roadway. This accident cleared away. It was the BQE North getting into the LIE. Let's head over to our maps. We'll talk about mass transit, holiday schedule, and a holiday weekend schedule for Metro North and New Jersey Transit. So you definitely want to check with your train before you head out. Sawmill River Parkway north at McLean Avenue, an accident investigation. 2 lanes remain closed down as you go through that spot. And then 27 north at Plainfield Avenue in Edison, we still have this accident and all lanes are closed down. And in Q trains, fire department activity at J Street Metro Tech, so you can expect service changes and delays. In the R trains, mechanical problems at 36th Street. We have alternate side of the street parking rules suspended, so are the metered rules. Lori, over to you.
Heather, thank you. It's 4:56, and a high school football team in South Carolina will hopefully have a better shot at staying within the lines at their next home game. Take a look at this picture showing a very crooked sideline. The picture of the squiggly line went viral after the team's coach tweeted it, asking if it was a joke. Well, the school district says it doesn't know how that line ended up looking like that, but it was approved for last week's game. Still, it's going to be redrawn before the next home game.
Isn't there a song, Blurred Lines?
Yes.
Wow. All right, 4:56. A man who dedicated his life to the students at University of New Hampshire is bettering the school even after his death.
Yeah, that's after leaving his fortune to his alma mater. Robert Morin wasn't just a proud member of the UNH class of 1963. 2 years after he graduated, he returned to the school to work as a cataloger in the library. Well, over his 50-year career, he saved $4 million.
What?
When he died, he left everything that he had to the school. Money that will now be used for scholarships, a video scoreboard, and of course, the library.
What a kind man. That's something.
Nice
Saved
story.
hard. We are closing in at 5 o'clock, developing in Brooklyn. More violence erupting at the beginning of the Juvé celebration. We're just learning that 4 people have been shot, another person has been stabbed, and we're working to get an update right now.
We're also tracking Hermine as the storm creates flooding and beach erosion on Long Island, and we're live with what you can expect today.
And meteorologist Bill Evans will update us on the weather when we come back.
Fios is not cable. We're wired differently, which means we can fix things differently.
Thanks for calling Fios. This is Ryan.
You can't tell me this cord isn't in. I know it's in, but it's not working.
I'm sending you a link to the My Fios app. It's going to let me see what you're seeing.
Really?
Yes, Mr. McEnroe. See that cord? Just plug it into the connector on the right.
So you can clearly see what's in and what's out.
Oh, absolutely.
I like that.
Get Fios with virtual tech support for $69.99 a month.
Summer's over, but the savings are just getting started at the Hyundai Labor Day sales event. Hurry in by September 6th for incredible limited-time deals, including the 2017 Elantra for just $109 a month, or the Sonata for only $129 a month. And every Hyundai is backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. That's 5 years longer than Toyota and Honda. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. The Hyundai Labor Day sales event is the reason to buy now. Hurry in and get the 2017 Elantra for just $109 a month. Don't wait. This event ends September 6th.
It's the final days of Sleepy's Labor Day sale with up to half off nearly every mattress in the store. That's up to half off every mattress all day, every day through Labor Day. Plus 6-hour door busters through Monday with Sleepy's lowest price ever on Sealy Posturepedic. Half off adjustable bases with any mattress and free gift cards, pillows, and 72-month interest-free financing on Tempur-Pedic. Plus free delivery on everything above $5.99. Now through Labor Day. Sleepy's, the only mattress professionals.
Come on, Duck! You can do it, Duck! Hurry up, Duck!
You can do it, Duck.
IAMS helps keep your dog healthy at every stage, so you can always look forward to what's next.
With thousands of quality pre-owned vehicles and exceptional customer service, head to your neighborhood Enterprise car sales and let the people who buy more vehicles than anyone flip your thinking about buying your next one.
Eyewitness News and the 7-day AccuWeather forecast, only on Channel 7. This is New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News with Lori Stokes and Ken Rosato. Heather O'Rourke with traffic. And Bill Evans with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Now, Eyewitness News this morning.
Developing at 5 a.m. and violence at the beginning of the Juvé celebration in Brooklyn, and we're just learning that 4 people have been shot.
We're tracking Hermine. We're seeing new video of some flooding in Suffolk County where a tropical storm warning is still in effect. We have a live look from Bayshore, and you are urged to stay out of the water today due to rough surf and rip currents.
And good morning, I'm Lori Stokes.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Ken Rosato. Today is Labor Day, Monday, September 5th.
You're never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic. And meteorologist Bill Evans.
Well, good morning, you guys. It's a nice morning outside. We're looking at skies that are clear. There's a few clouds coming in over eastern Long Island, but we're going to be looking at temperatures this morning starting out around 66, 67 degrees and very comfortable here. So we are going to be looking at the winds that are still out of the north. We've got a nice view here, as you see from our camera in Brooklyn, looking over to the Lower East Side, and a nice start to your day. So as we go to these temperatures around 61 Long Branch, 59 around Toms River, comfortable here with this northerly wind. Still, tropical storm warning, Suffolk County, Long Island Sound, out of the Atlantic, you see South Shore, Long Island, down the Jersey Shore. Some flood advisories for Nassau County and over toward Brooklyn, and there's our storm out in the Atlantic. We're going to talk about that today. But we are, for the most part, going to have a lot of sun and clouds and a northeast wind at 12 to 25 miles an hour with higher gusts eastern Long Island. Weather driving together every 7 minutes. How's it going out there, Heather?
Well, we'll talk about the schedule for mass transit. Long Island Railroad is on a holiday schedule. Metro North on a holiday weekend schedule. New Jersey Transit a holiday and weekend schedule. And then we have this accident as you go on to the Sawmill River Parkway North at McLean Avenue, an accident investigation. 2 lanes remain closed down as you head through that spot. Then you have 21 North right near Route 280, another accident there. We have alternate side of the street parking rules suspended for today, and so are the metered rules. Ken, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Heather. 5:02 developing right now. Just in the last hour, 4 people have been shot and others stabbed at the start of the annual Juvé Festival in Brooklyn. That after the NYPD stepped up security at this year's celebration. We have a live look in Crown Heights, where thousands are gathered for the pre-dawn celebration ahead of the West Indian American Day Parade. 2 women and 2 men were injured in 3 shootings, 2 of the victims in critical condition. Another woman stabbed in a separate incident. This year, police doubled the number of officers at the early morning celebration, and we will have a live report from the festival coming up at 5:30.
We're also tracking Hermine with parts of the area feeling the effects for the next couple of days.
Yeah, several coastal communities are already experiencing minor flooding this morning, and we have 2 reports from Long Island to the Jersey Shore. We begin with Eyewitness News reporter Diana Rocco live in Bayshore, Suffolk County. Diana?
Lori and Ken, good morning. While Hermine may not be the threat once thought, parts of this area do remain under storm surge watch this morning. That's parts of Fire Island and the South Shore here in Suffolk County. Take a look at this video shot just a short time ago. This was at high tide just a few hours ago, where some areas did experience that storm surge we've been talking about. This is from Beechmont Ave and Lindenhurst and Brightwood Street and Patchogue. Water covered some of the lower lying roads, and emergency management officials have been preparing for this type of thing for the last couple of days, clearing those storm drains and keeping sandbags close. There is still a threat of significant storm surge with moderate to major coastal flooding throughout the day as we head towards high tide. Also, there's a dangerous Lee, rough surf and strong rip current risk expected as Hermine does pass us by this morning. Suffolk County Office of Emergency Management will reevaluate the voluntary evacuation order on Fire Island and the state of emergency this area is currently experiencing. We are live in Bayshore this morning. I'm Diana Rocco, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Diana, thank you. At 5:04 from Long Island to New Jersey, we continue our coverage with Jim Dolan, who is live on Long Beach Island. Jim.
Ken, Long Beach Island essentially saved the physical damage from the storm that didn't quite show up, but not spared the financial damage. A lot of tourists, a lot of potential visitors were chased away or chased away early because of the forecasts of heavy rain and strong winds that never quite made it this far. There was some minor flooding at high tide, but nothing folks don't see here during normal times. That's why they built a lot of the houses here, especially on the bay side, up on stilts, because they get a lot of flooding at high tide. The surf was churned up on the beach side because of the storm that stayed so far offshore, but it was sunny and beautifully warm all day long yesterday. Some businesses, hotels especially, saw hundreds of cancellations. Others were doing okay, though. Places like the LBI Pancake House, where locals and visitors met to celebrate the end of the tourist season.
It's interesting because we didn't think that we were going to be busy.
You can't go up to the beach and swim, so they're just looking for something to do outside. Since we got bright blue skies, you got to enjoy it.
A lot of people left the island, thinking, they might wake up to a flood, or they didn't come down for this week's vacation. It was the threat. It was the unknown. There was the potential that it could have gotten deep as far as flooding.
Yeah, a lot of people were being prudent by staying off the island or leaving early. A lot of people got up yesterday morning and packed up and left, even though the sky was blue and it looked like it was going to be a beautiful day. They left because of the forecast. It turned out to be a beautiful day, and a lot of businesses got hurt as a result. Reporting live from Long Beach Island, Jim Dolan, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Jim, thank you. And Connecticut is closely watching the track of Hermine. Governor Dannel Malloy is concerned about the storm's potential impact.
Depending on conditions and wind, Metro North may suspend service if, and it's not predicted to happen, if winds hit 40 miles per hour.
Governor Malloy also warns there is a potential for flooding and loss of power. Stay with Eyewitness News and ABC News as we track every move of the storm. Also bring you live updates throughout the morning. Meantime, turning to other news, developing story right now with new North Korean missile tests. It fired 3 ballistic missiles off the East Coast as President Obama and other world leaders are attending an economic summit in China. U.S. is consulting with allies on the proper response. It also plans to raise concerns at the United Nations. U.S. also has condemned the tests during the East Asia summit in Laos. President Obama will be heading there tonight. New this morning, it's no deal as the U.S. and Russia try to broker a ceasefire in Syria. President Obama and Russian President Vladimir Putin have agreed to keep trying. Secretary of State John Kerry and his Russian counterpart conducted second day of talks on the sidelines of the G20 Economic Summit in China. Kerry had hoped to halt the fighting and ground the Syrian war force so humanitarian aid could reach civilians.
Everybody knows from the president's comments earlier today, which I thought were very much on point, how complicated this issue is because of how many different forces there are, different players, stakeholders, entities, and so forth.
Well, American diplomats say Russia balked at several key points, and President Obama has expressed skepticism that the talks would produce the breakthrough needed to end Syria's 5-year-old civil war.
5:08's our time. If voters elect Donald Trump as the next president, his transition team will have a strong New Jersey influence. Governor Chris Christie is chairman of that team, and he's added 2 longtime aides to the staff. Meanwhile, an ABC News poll shows 78% of Americans do not believe Trump will be able to build a wall along the southern border and get Mexico to pay for it. Just 13% do believe Trump can do that. Hillary Clinton will campaign today in Ohio, and Bill Clinton surprised the crowd at the Made in America Festival in Philadelphia. Clinton stopped by to register people to vote. He also took photos and chatted with festival goers. The festival is a Labor Day tradition in the city. More than 70 artists performed on multiple stages during the 2-day festival.
You're never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic together here on Eyewitness News this morning. Good morning. We're looking from our camera here at 4 Times Square looking south. Got a good visibility all the way down to the Verrazano Narrows Bridge right there in the middle of your picture. They already got some aircraft flying around out there this morning too. And we're going to be looking at what's going to be a day that you're not going to get to go into the water at the beach, although it'll be a pretty good looking beach day. But look at these winds. We're still going to have a northerly wind here to a northeast wind, 15, 25, 35 miles per hour. Look at the waves out in the Atlantic. They're going to be running 8 to 10 feet. And that would translate to about 4, 5, 7 feet at the beaches, and that means flooding at the time of high tide. And we're going to be looking at the water temperature in the mid-70s, but you know that's going to be of little consequence. So we're looking at about 67 to start your day. We're looking at a nice day today. Sun and clouds, 75 by the time we get to lunchtime today, and then we're looking at 81 this afternoon. But we still have that wind and the coastal flooding at high tide at the beaches. We'll talk about a big warm up to 90 this week, Heather, in your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Weather than Heather every 7 minutes. How's it going out there?
Well, the West Side Highway looks pretty good. South of the George Washington Bridge. Here's the George in the distance here, but you can see how the West Side Highway is moving very, very well. Let's go right over to our maps. We'll talk about mass transit. If that's the way you want to go this morning, Long Island Railroad, a holiday schedule, Metro North, New Jersey Transit on a holiday major weekend schedule. And then going up here onto the Sawmill, North McLean Avenue, ongoing accident investigation. 2 lanes are closed down. In Edison, 21, or actually this is northbound in Newark North, right near Route 280. That accident is still clearing. We have alternate side of the street parking rules suspended, and so are the metered rules. Ken and Lori, over to you.
All right, Heather, thank you. Still ahead in Eyewitnesses this morning, terrifying escape, how a murder suspect managed to escape police custody and is on the run this morning.
Also ahead, new fallout from Colin Kaepernick's national anthem protest. How police are responding this morning. Stay with us.
This Eyewitness News weather and traffic report is sponsored by Jeep.
With great power comes legendary capability. Now with $500 bonus cash, get $3,000 total cash allowance on the 2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
What's with them?
Well, those two, they're always fighting for attention. There's more to a legendary city than its legends. Plan your legendary stay at visitphilly.com.
My secret for the perfect backyard? Elegant design, luxurious details, and knowing exactly when the sale starts.
Come in to the Fortune Off Backyard Store for our floor sample clearance sale. Now through Monday, save up to 75% off on all outdoor furniture. Plus, take an extra 25% off during our floor sample clearance sale. Hurry in for the best selection. Visit FortuneOffBYS.com for the location nearest you. Now open in King of Prussia and Patchogue.
Fortune Off Backyard Store.
What if we made a paint that was so special, that was such a jewel among paints, that you had to seek it out? Nope, even easier than that. More like taking a left on that street where you usually take a right. That wasn't so hard. And if finding that paint made you and your walls beam with pride, is it still paint? Benjamin Moore, paint like no other. Find one of our 5,000 authorized retailers near you.
From D.C., it's Jeopardy Power Players Week with Chuck Todd, S.E. Cupp, and Jonathan Franzen.
Tonight at 7, right here on ABC7.
Developing in Las Vegas, a manhunt is underway for an accused murderer who police say is armed and dangerous after escaping police custody. 31-year-old Alonzo Perez was arrested Friday morning. Well, pictures show him handcuffed to a table in an interrogation room. It was when the detective left that he made his move, twisting out of the cuffs and then running out of the building. Police say Perez shot and killed a man who did not hold the door open at a Las Vegas McDonald's.
5:13, the response to San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick's national anthem boycott continues with a new vow from the Santa Clara police. The police chief says he will continue to provide a safe environment at 49ers home games. This comes after the union threatened to boycott games over Kaepernick's refusal to stand for the Star-Spangled Banner. The quarterback took a knee during last week's preseason game in an effort to call attention to racial injustice and police brutality. One other note, sales of Kaepernick's jerseys are soaring following the controversy. It is the top seller in the 49ers online store.
Also, U.S. soccer star Megan Rapinoe is standing with Kaepernick by kneeling for the national anthem as she made the decision to take a knee before last night's Seattle Reign game in Chicago. The World Cup winner tweeted saying that the move was the least that she could do to keep the conversation going.
5:14 is the time, and many of you remember my partner here was caring for her dad, Congressman Louis Stokes, for the last 3 months of his life last summer. Well, now his life is chronicled in his newly released autobiography, The Gentleman from Ohio.
Yeah, well, my father passed away last August at the age of 90. And my friend and colleague, Robin Roberts, interviewed me about my dad's book. It really is an American story from poverty to the power in the halls of Congress. His mother raised her 2 sons, in her words, to be somebody. Well, my father argued Terry versus Ohio, which of course today we know as stop and frisk. He served 30 years in the U.S. Congress, dedicating his life to battles on behalf of the country's most disadvantaged citizens.
Well, you could watch Robin Roberts' interview right here on Channel 7 during Good Morning America. That begins at 7 o'clock. And I can't wait to read the book.
It's a good book.
Yeah.
It's an easy read. Yeah, it's pretty fast.
Anything about your dad is going to be awesome, so I can't wait. It's going to be terrific.
Let's check in with Bill now and your AccuWeather forecast.
Excellent, Lori. Congratulations.
Thank you, Bill.
Here's what's going on this morning as we take a look from our camera here in Fort Lee, New Jersey, all the way across over to Manhattan, the Bronx, and Washington Heights, and eastward on out toward Long Island. 66 degrees. The dew point is dry, so the dew point far off from the air temperature, and so that equates, you see, the humidity in a percentage form at 50%. The winds north-northeast at 8, and the pressure 30, 22, and steady. So we're looking at 64 Smithtown, Brookhaven, Babylon, 65 Hempstead, 64 Oyster Bay, up to our north and west, 52 around Poughkeepsie, 55 Andover, 64 toward Monticello. Here are the winds this morning out of the north and the northeast. And you see now, these are the current winds. 13 Montauk. You would think out toward the eastern Long Island would have some higher gusts, and there are. It's 22-mile-an-hour wind gusts now at Montauk and out toward the Twin Forks. So still have this tropical storm warning in effect. Why a tropical storm warning for an extratropical low? So let me explain, because there might be some confusion. We're looking at tropical storm force winds in the area of Long Island Sound, coastal Connecticut here. That's really from New Haven County out to Groton to the Cape, Martha's Vineyard, and over toward Nantucket. And these tropical storm force winds down the shore here too, so there's a possibility of some flooding. There's a flood warning here for the Jersey Shore at the time of high tide, as well as Brooklyn and Queens here and right towards Staten Island. So that's because of the winds out of the northeast today and the surge from Hermine, which is out here in the Atlantic. There's the rain associated with that. It's barely getting to Nantucket there and No Man's Island. So we're seeing the storm is way out here in the Atlantic. It will drift to the north a bit. And as it does that, then it drifts a little north today and tonight. And so that still throws these winds and waves in here. And then the storm is going to be exiting Tuesday, Wednesday on out into the Atlantic. So still today at the beaches, you'll notice this churning of the seas, and you'll notice the rough surf. And there's the possibility that a shower backs in. I was looking at our guidance, but it's just showing those showers just off the coast. There you see one little shower by the time we get to tonight and tomorrow morning out here on the east end, and another shower Tuesday morning. But you see, look at all the clear skies here as we start the day on Tuesday. We get to 80 in the afternoon, but still out here there could be clouds and a shower from the storm as it kind of drifts north and then out into the Atlantic. But you know, the computer models have, you know, not really handled this all that well. They really never handle a storm well like this that sits and kind of spins out into the Atlantic. So here are the wind profiles today. You'll see by 9 o'clock, we're starting to get into that 14, 17, 35-mile-an-hour wind profile out here toward the east end. And so those gusts are going to go about 45, 50. Your AccuWeather forecast today, sun and clouds, gusty winds, coastal flooding at high tide at the coastal sections. Then it's partly cloudy tonight and breezy. We still could have that flooding at high tide in the coastal sections tomorrow. We're at 85 with sunshine. And it's warmer, and still we got Tuesday at the time of high tide, a little flooding possible. Now Wednesday we warmed to 88. 90 on Thursday and Friday. I don't know. You might be looking at a heat wave here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, might be looking at a heat wave. You know, if Saturday comes into line, and we're right at 89, Saturday hits 90, yeah, a heat wave to end the summer.
Interesting.
Let's think about that for a minute. All right, let's check in with Heather.
All right, let's go over here and talk about what's happening with transit this morning. If you're planning on coming into the city or leaving the city, we have Long Island Railroad holiday schedule and Metro North on a holiday weekend schedule. New Jersey Transit's on a holiday weekend schedule as well. And then going up here onto the Taconic, we have a bunch of accidents. Taconic South at Willowbrook Road, an accident, and then north at Route 115, and then southbound right near Mountain Road, that earlier accident has been cleared away. And then going over here onto the Sawmill north, right in McLean Avenue, an accident investigation continues, so we do have 2 lanes closed off. And we have alternate side of the street parking rules suspended, so are the metered rules. Ken and Lori, over to you.
All right, Heather, thank you. It's 5:19, and we continue to follow developing story in Brooklyn. We've just learned in the last 15 minutes that 4 people have been shot, another person stabbed at the start of the Juvé festival. We're going to get a live report and also new details. That's ahead at 5:30.
And how our community is coming together to honor now Saint Teresa after her canonization ceremony over the weekend.
For the summer wanderers that know the journey is just as important as the destination, whether near or far, for a stylish ride inside and out. So head into your local Jeep dealer and take advantage of summer savings while summer's still here.
Now get an extra $500 bonus cash on select models. Now with $500 bonus cash, get $3,000 total cash allowance on the 2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
There's one thing you can count on in any season. Always there for you. Always on your side. All throughout the day and into the night. In weather, good or bad. New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Dancing's back with Amber Rose, Laurie Hernandez, Calvin Johnson, Babyface, Tara Jolie, Rick Perry, Jake T. Austin, Maureen McCormick, Jana Kramer, Vanilla Ice, James Hinchcliffe, Mary Lou Henner, and Ryan Lochte. Dancing 2-hour premiere event live next Monday on ABC.
Hot cities, cool cities, break all the rules cities, bright cities, dark cities, impossible to park cities, green cities, gray cities. What a lovely day cities. Peppy cities, techie cities, every kind of cities. A car designed entirely with the city in mind? Some might call it crazy. We call it smart. City Smart.
Welcome. It's me, the Extra Crispy Colonel. My Extra Crispy $20 fill-up feeds a family of 4. It's crunchy, juicy, and oh so tasty. KFC, it's extra crispy good.
Coming September 9th, a famous TV news anchor, the stunning details of her secret life.
I would die for my children, but I couldn't stop drinking for my children.
Her life-threatening battle with alcohol and finding joy again. Elizabeth Vargas with Diane Sawyer. Friday, September 9th on ABC.
522, welcome back. An historic canonization ceremony for the one who dedicated her life to serving the poorest of the poor, Mother Teresa. In St. Peter's Square Sunday, more than 100,000 worshipers listened as Pope Francis declared Mother Teresa is now Saint Teresa. Pope Francis told the people that the newest saint was a tireless worker of mercy. Here in Manhattan, hundreds gathered for the unveiling of a new life-size statue of Mother Teresa, now Saint Teresa. The Nobel Peace Prize winner was born in 1910 in Macedonia. She died in 1997.
Got everyone more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic together here on Eyewitness News this morning. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Bill Evans, and we're looking at a nice start to the day, but still at high tide today. This is the Jersey Shore, Asbury Park. We're going to be looking at those tides running up high, and some rip currents and swells, and also the possibility of some flooding at high tide. But we are looking at some nice numbers here. Mid-60s to start the day. We're looking at 66, 68 degrees around the 5 boroughs, and we're looking at a nice day. Noontime 75, and we get into the low 80s this afternoon. Going to be a nice day, except right at the beaches, you know, it'll be closed for going into the water, but you can go down to the beach. It'll be a pretty good day. We'll talk about warming to the 90s in your AccuWeather forecast. Weather and traffic together every 7 minutes. It's Weather Then Heather. What's going on out there?
Well, this is the Henry Hudson Parkway Bridge. The Henry Hudson Parkway getting right northbound, getting onto the bridge, doing just fine. Let's head over to our maps and talk to you about what's going on. As you go through Dutchess County, we have the Taconic south right near Willowbrook Road, an accident, and north at 115, another accident, and an accident near Mountain Road. That accident has been cleared away. Going on to the Sawmill, north McLean Avenue, accident investigation. 2 lanes remain closed down through that spot. And then 21 north at Route 280, an accident. We have alternate side of the street parking rules suspended, and so are the metered rules. Ken and Lori, over to you.
All right, Heather, thank you. Still had an Eyewitness News this morning. New details about what Apple is expected to announce at its event this week.
And we continue to track Hermine, still causing problems for the east end of Long Island. We're live with the preparations as we continue on this Labor Day Monday. Stay with us.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Raymore and Flanagan. For the closest location, visit RaymoreFlanagan.com.
It's the final days of Nissan's Bottom Line Summer Event. Now save big with 0% for up to 72 months on 13 models and no payments for 90 days. Plus, get up to $3,000 bonus cash or 0 in on a low $178 per month lease on Rogue. This Labor Day weekend is your last chance to get big model year-end savings. Hurry, 0% financing, no payments for 90 days, and $3,000 bonus cash ends soon.
Today, a terrorist organization claimed credit for the bombing of a Middle East.
If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. If you ride New Jersey Transit trains or buses, or live or work near a station, you know when something doesn't feel right.
This is Chief Trusillo of the New Jersey Transit Police. If you see something suspicious, say something by calling us at 1-888-TIPS-NJT or texting NJTPD.
Woo! That's silk. It's a vibe. Words can't even explain how amazing this is. It's a feeling. It makes you smile.
This tournament update is brought to you from Fios by Verizon.
Fios is not cable. We're wired differently, which means we can fix things differently.
Thanks for calling Fios. This is Ryan.
You can't tell me this cord isn't in. I know it's in, but it's not working.
I'm sending you a link to the My Fios app. It's going to let me see what you're seeing.
Really?
Yes, Mr. McEnroe. See that cord? Just plug it into the connector on the right.
So you can clearly see what's in and what's out.
Oh, absolutely.
I like that.
Tech support that lets your technician see the problem over your smartphone. Only from Fios.
When a pedigree of power, near perfect balance, razor-sharp precision, and head-turning style run in the family becomes a dynasty. The BMW 3 Series and 4 Series Grand Coupe. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. It's a BMW 320i xDrive sedan for as low as $309 per month.
Today's On the Money Report is sponsored by BMW. Visit your Tri-State BMW Center or visit us at tristatebmw.com. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
On the money this morning, and Asian stocks are on the rise.
Japan's Nikkei average is up more than 0.5%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index also finished higher. On Wall Street, markets are closed for the holiday. The Dow finished higher on Friday.
Apple's next big unveiling is just days away, and we're also learning more about what to expect.
Here's ABC's Diane Macedo and Nick Watt.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple is rolling out some new products and features this week.
The next generation iPhone is expected to debut on Wednesday, along with the Apple Watch 2, and Siri may send LinkedIn messages, book a ride on Uber, and search for items on Pinterest.
Remember when gaming systems used cartridges? Well, they might again.
The Wall Street Journal reports that Nintendo's new NX game console will use cartridges because they're now cheaper and hold more data than discs. No word from Nintendo. And And one of the most watched videos on YouTube right now is a live stream from Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Thousands of people are watching pedestrians walk across an intersection, cars drive by. The big question, why? Well, apparently somebody posted online that they're going to do something in front of the camera. So far, nothing.
Nothing. Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
It's fascinating. It's 5:28. We don't know if it'll feel better being dumped over a coach's head, rather, but Gatorade has come out with an organic version of its neon-colored sports drink.
It's called G Organic, and it comes in strawberry, lemon, and a mixed berry flavor. It's just 7 ingredients, all organic, including cane sugar and sea salt. It'll be sold in select markets, of course, starting this fall.
No doubt it'll be like 15 times the price, too.
Probably.
It is 5:28 coming up in our next half hour. The rough surf, wind, and beach erosion ahead today as Hermine gets closer to our area. We're live with the flooding that we are already seeing this morning.
There are cohabitants, and with that comes compromise. We give them a little extra space, accommodate their schedules, and sometimes we have to forgive. But when it comes to their nutrition, we never compromise. It's why at Petco, we're proud to offer Merrick, a leader in grain-free pet food made from regionally sourced ingredients in Merrick's own Texas kitchen to ensure the highest quality. Because for our best companions, only the best will do.